Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a real ID. Because in order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your real ID at tsa.gov/real ID. That's tsa.gov/real ID, or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff. Plan on flying? In order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID. Learn how to get your real ID today at tsa.gov/real ID or visit your local DMV. Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a real ID. Because in order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your real ID at tsa.gov/real ID. That's tsa.gov/real ID, or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff.
Now you're listening to wrestling news that matters from people you want to hear it from, deep from within the confines of the internet. Covering WWE like no one else and covering TNA because no one else will. You are listening to the best in the world, Ring Rust Radio!
Brad Maddox. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
The best goddamn wrestling radio show on Spreaker, on the internet, in the whole goddamn universe, folks. Ooh, I'm your host of the most, Donald Wood, looking fine and feeling fine, oh baby. Mike here, Brandon Gavin, hear me today.
You sound weird, not boisterous. Are you okay?
Nah, I'm still a little down because of the NHL lottery draft and how screwed the Flyers got.
I thought it was about Skype.
Well, no, Skype is dead. This is the first. Maybe it sounds different to people. Maybe this is.
Guys.
Maybe the one guy who said that we fell off, or maybe the one guy who said I went away for 10 years and I came back. You guys were the exact same, and it's not a good thing. Right?
I feel like that is a compliment to me, at least. But
yeah, I remember one time my friend's mother was like, "Oh, DJ, like I haven't seen you in forever. You're like exactly the same as you were 20 years ago," and I was like, "Is that good or bad?" You know what I mean? Like
in terms of like a human growth perspective, probably not good.
Yeah, but like I'm.
But in terms of a podcast, I think that is good.
Yeah, I'm authentic as fuck. I'm too real for the streets.
We're consistent.
Consistently bad, but it's still consistent.
Consistent.
Still consistent.
Yeah, that's.
How long do you think we were using Skype? 10 years?
Since the very beginning of the show, right?
2011.
2011. So that's 14 years.
No, I think we used to do it off Blog Talk Radio for a while.
Oh, that is right. We did use Blog Talk Radio, and then because we did it live for a few years there.
Oh
yeah. People could actually call in for real.
Did you say you people? Did you just say you and you people? What do you mean you? What do you mean you people?
I didn't say you people.
You did.
I said people.
He heard you people, dude. Holy shit.
You hear what you want to hear.
I will say this, and I stand by it, going back
so.
to those Blog Talk days, from the bottom of my heart. Manny Pacquiao should have won. It was a farce, and Floyd, the
first of many
slug went.
First of many arguments I fucking owned you in.
10 years on, still wrong.
It's unbelievable how far back this show goes. We were like, that was the mega fight to end mega fights for us. Guys, wrestling happened. We got a pay-per-view to talk about. You thought WrestleMania was just a minute ago? Psych, we got more already. Hope you're not interested in good pay-per-views because you're not going to get one here.
Tell the people how you spelled pay-per-view yesterday.
Pay-per-view. I do speak to text, and so a little bit of off-camera, fourth wall kind of stuff. I like to do my cardio in the garage and speak to text my Bleacher Report articles. Right? Then I'll email them to myself. I will, and then I'll
really stupid.
Then I'll email them to myself and edit them and be like, "What the fuck was I trying to say here?" Right? There's a lot of that, but I get some incredible errors, and pay-per-view is a cornerstone error, dude. That is a Now it's premium live event, so it's been down drastically.
That is fucking beyond unhinged to speak to text an article. I don't even know how to explain that one.
I may be crazy as shit, and like the older I get, I realize that it's the world around me that's the problem, not me.
No, it's not.
Brandon Galvin?
Thank God. We're going to review. We're going to review a little bit of WWE and AEW. We're going to preview Backlash. We're going to talk about Double or Nothing and NXT Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
We got Dirt City Busters and Mike Ryan versus the Laz, and rumors around pro wrestling tells you why they're all fucking dumb like Donald Wood. We have the first WWE Fantasy season for the update, fan emails, and so much more.
Can you imagine being my neighbor and just hearing me?
No.
Mouth breathing like a motherfucker because I'm on the exercise bike, screaming clarity-wise, like, Sasha Banks needs to do better. Like, he is like, what in the fuck? Are you talking to me in there? The fuck are you saying, dude?
Good thing that guy died.
Yeah, well, there's a family
That's
moved
why.
in. No, well, yeah, I might have killed him. But a family moved in, and they really like us.
Well, they must not know you too well.
Yeah, that's true. Mike Chiari?
Guys, get us anywhere you get your podcasts. Interact with us on Twitter at @RingRustRadio. If you want to send us an email, be part of the show, send to ringrustradio@gmail.com. Buy our merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com/ringrustradio. So many great t-shirt designs, including Cut Your Dick! The all-time bestseller. Support us at Patreon.com/ringrustradio, where you can hear ad-free episodes, sign up for fantasy drafts and brackets, make us watch wrestling-related movies and pay-per-views, and so much more.
Pay-per-views, yes. Premium PLEs.
You can also check out Ring Rust Radio on YouTube for updated clips and Triple R Gaming. Donnie, BG, and fans of the show have been playing different games like Schedule 1, Rocket League, Midnight Murder Club each week, and posting early access on Patreon.com/ringrustradio well before it hits YouTube. If you're interested in joining a session, email ringrustradio@gmail.com.
Mike, we are raking in the views with Schedule 1.
Yeah, how many views?
Topping 40, brother. Topping 40. Yo, guess what? Technically, if we were going through a school zone, we'd be getting pulled over. That's how fast we're going. That's how fast we're going.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow. Wow, dude. I pulled BJ aside. I said, hold your fucking hat, bro. I think we got something here. He's like, how many we got? I said, 44. Okay?
Three for me.
It's at least 5 are from me, too. So you take away those.
I was going to say, how many times have you refreshed it?
Well, no, I usually cause I can't listen to it because it sucks. So I like mute the fucking audio and I just put it in a background screen. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're up to 64.
Let's go, baby!
Wow. 69 coming up quick.
Dude, let me tell you, it's getting on some Reddit page or something, dude. Like, look at this loser. Guess what? That's how you go viral. Call me fucking Mr. Beast 2. I don't know.
I'll tell you, we need to interview Goldberg again. That had 23,000 views.
Well, listen, don't get me started. Some of our best views every day are from old interviews people find.
Wow.
The Kia Stevens and Brodus Clay interviews, surprisingly, are top view generators on a day-to-day basis.
We interviewed Awesome Kong. Wow.
Yep. And
why is Brodus Clay doing numbers? Because he's on Fox News?
Because he's on Fox News, yeah. 100%. All right, let's talk wrestling, maybe?
Yes, please.
We're gonna put this all in order. From LW to Dark, we about to have a discussion about the one true sport. Who's selling the finish? Does this make sense in the art? Tell me who botched, who rocked, who's cashing in on the marks. These takes are uncut, man, they're pure and they're raw. Blow up like dynamite, have you smacked down on the floor. On a collision course with the #1 source. Now let's head back to the ring for the latest report. Ring Rust.
Time to talk WWE, but I will say this. I don't think anybody died.
Skype died.
Skype died. That is true. Skype died. And, yeah, but I don't think anybody else did. Did you see any deaths, BJ, when you were going through?
It's not my responsibility.
I know, but you, like, cover news and shit like that. You didn't cover any, like, wrestling deaths worthy of reporting at the report?
What did I just say?
Okay, so good. It's a good week in deaths. We didn't have many. And if you know
good week in deaths.
It's a good weekend. If you're the devil, you're like, damn it, not for me.
Yeah.
Did we talk about? I know. Did Mongo McMichael die since the last time we were on?
BJ, you forgot
Or was that
Mongo
before?
McMichael, didn't you?
I didn't
You
forget
piece
anything.
of shit,
It's on
dude. You
you.
piece of
Yours
shit.
is your.
Can I-
Literally says
can-
here.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
use
remember us
Donnie
discussing
pays
it.
his
I'll say
respects.
that.
I'm gonna use this platform to talk about two things. Number one, WCW, baby. Let's talk about it. I actually liked Mongo, and I thought his inclusion to the Four Horsemen, while controversial because, it's not orthodox by any stretch of the imagination, he actually garnered a shit ton of heat.
I liked his little dog that he had on commentary.
And Deborah, the whole thing worked really well. I liked all of it. So, and two, and then this may seem, controversial, but I will say that ALS might be the scariest disease in the world.
Yeah, because there's just no stopping it.
And
it's terrible.
Your brain is like fine, and it kills everything around it. And to me, that is this, like Alzheimer's, like you don't even know that it's happening, and it hurts everybody around you more. But like ALS, you're fully cognizant of everything that's happening, so it's absolutely terrifying to think about. And can you believe?
Do you remember when Ric Flair visited him and was like hitting on his wife right in front of him?
100%, dude.
That was crazy.
Yeah, like Mike Mongo's like, stay away from her. Oh, if I could fucking pick up a gun.
R.I.P. to Mongo though. It's cool that he
R.I.P.
got into the Football Hall of Fame before he passed. Because like you said, I mean, he knew it happened in his mind. It just sucks that he went out that way. Dude was fucking huge, athletic, and then to go out like that sucks.
It's honestly, there are some things that happen in life, the stuff you see with Alzheimer's, the stuff you see with people suffering cancer, and it's just like, it's so sobering because you're heading towards something like that, and you just don't know what it's going to be. And honestly, it's so fucking scary.
Thanks, man. That made us.
I mean,
everyone listening feels great.
Hey, listen,
why can't you just retire from this fucking podcast? Go live your life, dude. We don't want you here. You don't want to be here. You're fucking Donnie Downer every fucking week.
So wait, do you like ALS? Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
Then what
are we either gonna get this or cancer or AIDS? Like, dude, go away.
I didn't say AIDS. Okay, he's gotta be making some concerted efforts to get AIDS now. Like, what are you talking about, man? You've gone off I'm just being sentimental. The guy had like the worst thing ever, and
you
handled it
weren't
with
being
grace.
sentimental at all.
He had the worst, what I consider like
All right.
the worst thing ever, and he handled it with grace as much as he could.
You're
It
fucking
was
depressing
wonderful.
as shit.
All right, well, dude, hope the Grim Reaper comes for you soon. Since we've been gone.
Saving
Remember
from
that
you.
song? Since you've been gone. Who is that?
Kelly
Avril
Clarkson.
Lavigne, dude?
No, it's Kelly Clarkson.
Oh,
It's
man.
Kelly Clarkson.
Is that the fat American
You're
Idol
way
chick?
off.
Not fat.
She wasn't fat.
Was for thick. She thick cut, no. Street Profits won an awesome TLC match. Well, that's subjective. It was pretty good.
It's not
to
really
retain,
subjective.
to retain the
Objective.
tag team titles. Probably should have won WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's like a catch-22 situation because if it was on WrestleMania, it wouldn't have gotten as much time, and it might not have been as good.
You don't know that.
But
There was a bunch of
they
junk on
fucking
there you could've
deserved. They deserved to be on WrestleMania because the SmackDown tag team titles are featured every week. The tag team division's featured every week. So to not have them on WrestleMania really made no sense. But the match was awesome.
Right team won.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good, and they've been really good for a long time. Let's get Montez Ford some fucking extra love. Angelo Dawkins is mid as fuck, let's be honest. But
Angelo Dawkins is not mid, but Montez
He's
is
mid.
unreal.
He's mid. Jey Uso retained the title against Seth Rollins on Raw. Braun Breaker gets involved. Sami Zayn says, no. CM Punk's like, I'm also not doing anything, and gets involved as well. Is this leading to a tag team match at Backlash?
No, not a Backlash because that's on Saturday.
You sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
They're adding a tag team match, and it's going to be this.
They're not.
No, they're not doing that.
I was told Jey Uso sucks, but this match was pretty damn good from my perspective.
It was solid. It was a solid
I
match.
enjoyed the
Again,
match.
so
Fun
I've
match.
seen Seth Rollins carry much lesser men.
They did a great job with the, making you believe that, like, Seth was going to win at one point or Jay was going to win at one point. The run-ins were well-timed. Punk showing up was cool because I was thinking Punk would show up, but I wasn't sure because I didn't know how long they were going to have him written off for after getting attacked. But that was a good way to put a pin in this because we're definitely going back to Seth beating Jay. Maybe at SummerSlam or
it's 100%
whatever.
SummerSlam, and we'll also go back to Punk and Rollins, and everything is they're shaping it up nicely, and it does not include Jey Uso. Fun little moment he's having now, cool stuff, and then right back to the mid card and where he can be a top star there.
I assume we get this match at Money in the Bank, although I guess it's possible. No, well, I think they'll do
Saturday
Jay and
night's main
Logan
event.
Paul at Saturday night's main event, so then we'll get the tag at Money in the Bank.
Incorrect. So actually, there's an article going live, I believe,
boy.
Friday for Bleacher Report that explains all
He's
this,
gonna
breaks
yell
it down in detail. Backlash is a tag team match. Then
It's not.
No, it's not.
Trick Williams helps him.
You really should change your article if you have that, because they're not going to add that randomly between now
Can you
and
yell at the
Backlash.
AI to edit?
They've already got 5 matches. They're not adding it, bud.
Okay, Trick Williams interferes,
Do
giving
some
the
speed to test. Delete.
Trick Williams interferes to give the heels the win and the numbers advantage. In the lead up to Money in the Bank, CM Punk quits on the face team because he's a coward. We again have no World Heavyweight Championship match, so it'll be Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and the fucking friend they find, Romeo Reigns, to go against Trick Williams, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker. That's your Money in the Bank match. And then at SummerSlam, you get Jey Uso against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins wins. So
It's a cute story.
yeah, well,
But they're not wrestling at Backlash, so
No, not at all.
you don't know that.
I do know it.
It really irritates me when they write off Roman Reigns in such a way we don't really explain that he's written off, but even then, it makes him look like a fucking bitch because Sami Zayn got fucked up last week, and he's here. CM Punk is now back, looking fine. Roman Reigns, nowhere to be found.
He has leukemia. It's hard for him to bounce back.
He does not have leukemia. He had.
It's dormant
leukemia.
inside him.
Is that
Like
real?
chickenpox.
If you have leukemia once, it's just dormantly hanging out all the time then?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, you're in remission.
Makes it real impressive what he's been doing, huh, Donnie?
It makes me
Makes
me openly hold on.
It's gonna always come back to get us one day.
It makes me openly question Mike's fucking medical knowledge, if I'm honest. It does. I have no idea
That's
what he
not
said
what
is
it
true,
should be doing.
and I believe
I
none of it.
trust Mike over yours, so.
I don't trust Mike at all. I also don't trust mine. To be fair, I have a degree from
So
WebMD.
don't get medical advice from Ring Us Radio.
Yeah,
You
go to
got it.
WebMD. You'll have a better shot of self-diagnosing. Jesus Christ.
Anyways,
also don't do that.
fun main event. Roman has to show up.
Yeah, it made Raw interest. Paul Heyman's promo to start
I'll
the
tell you
show
what, though,
very good.
Dario Cueto pissed off somewhere. He's gonna have a fucking championship match the night of. No build, no promotion.
Hopefully,
Crazy.
He's not pissed because he's preparing for Worlds Collide, and his new promotion that's taking over WWE. So
I wish that was true.
yeah, me too, man. You know what you don't have here that's fucking absolutely disgusting?
I don't know what.
How WWE likes to tell. Let me have a conversation here, Lemon. How WWE likes
God.
to tout its fucking record numbers, its high ticket
yeah.
prices, all the fucking corporate bullshit you can hear from one company. Yet, when it comes down to brass tacks, here they are firing people during an economic downturn. They are taking jobs away.
Downturn happened, bud.
They are taking jobs away. Oh, how did it happen? Because we are currently in a fight for the American economy is what we're doing.
Why are we fighting?
We're forcing other countries to bend the knee to us and give us better fucking
That
options.
doesn't seem to be happening. does
It's,
it?
sure, it's happening most over around the world. The only people not doing it are
okay.
China. And you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen?
China.
The goddamn American resilience is gonna come back, and so's the American worker. Because
Yes,
we're taking
because
it back
China
from
needs
China.
our products.
It was the Democrats and Bill Clinton that sent our business there in the first place. It's time we bring our boys home. And by boys, I mean literally the ones at the sweatshops. Bring them home. Because we need
This is
Nike.
why I left this out.
Nike's made in
That's why I couldn't
America.
avoid it.
Braun Strowman could be making Nikes in America. Think about it.
He's gonna have to soon.
Cora Jade. Well, how dare you, Triple H? How dare you? At a time of need, at a time when people are struggling, you put them on the streets? Disgusting.
I don't think they're gonna be on the streets.
I
I
don't
am
know.
very sad.
How's
that
Braun?
Shayna,
How's Braun
I'm
going
very,
to pay
I'm
for
very
a
sad
second
that Shayna
pontoon?
Baszler got released.
Shayna
I don't
Baszler.
understand. I don't understand why Cora Jade and Jakara Jackson got released.
Yeah, it's honestly there's.
Why would you release Jakara Jackson and not like just give her a chance to see what she could do?
I honestly don't. I
Why was
think.
Dakota Kai cut?
Can I? Well, I gotta tell you
Or
this.
him?
Dakota Kai.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
The report that I read was that like it's it's a budgetary thing. We want to get we want to
That's
save.
bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't think it's a budgetary thing.
I do.
I do.
I do.
No, I think it's a combination of like if they don't feel like they're gonna use somebody and what their salary is. Like Braun.
That's budgetary, bud.
Yeah, it is budgetary, but it's really not. Like they're not just cutting people because they're making a lot of money.
That is a
Save money.
Yeah,
huge.
but they definitely have no compete clauses.
Yeah, as all.
It's not like Braun can show up on AEW tomorrow.
Well, it's like
No,
I'm
I mean,
sure. I'm sure everybody who works
I
there
hope
has their
Tony brings them in.
I do too, brother. We'd finally have some fucking.
Right, so they're getting
Top
paid for
dogs.
90 days. Another 90 days.
So here, budgetary wise, listen, I'm getting more into budget stuff on my side of work, and truly, what it is, it's the people higher above you. They say, hey, we need to cut this much. That's
Right.
all, and that's all you get. And then he's like, okay, we're not using him right now. He's making 1.2. That saves like 60% of that. So that's an easy cut there. And then like, okay, and here's another thing. They have TNA right now. They have AAA, and they're going to be able to bring these people in, maybe like within the umbrella at a lower rate. You know what I mean? Like you're cutting them from the main roster, but maybe he signs with TNA at like $750, and you just saved, you're Howie Roseman it. You know what I mean? You saved fucking.
I
cool
bet
half
about
mil.
half the people that got cut are going to TNA also, by the way.
Yeah, and at a lower rate.
Right.
So even if TNA's being funded,
I get that aspect of it, but some of them just don't add up to where like, okay, what was fucking Cora Jade and Jakara Jackson making in NXT?
yeah. Well, listen, I also think that's
I
a
understand
misuse of talent
you're
as well.
constantly bringing in new talent, and you can't bring in talent and bring in talent and bring in talent and never cycle through and get rid of talent. But like somebody in NXT that's making nothing compared to a main roster, I would think. Did they not think Jakara Jackson or Cora Jade or Gigi Dolan were ever going to be able to be anything? I mean,
That's
they
foolish.
seem to me like they could have been.
Yeah, I think it's a gross misuse of talent at a time of economic uncertainty. I think it's
It's all
disgusting.
bullshit. They don't know how to do it. They're making a ton of money. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, find some. Hey, here instead of firing them, find something for them to do.
Grab a mop.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't. Hey, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. All right. You're the
Imagine they're
Mac.
paid Braun $500K to go sweep up backstage.
He's just fucking
Go to the
standing there
fucking
and he's-
corner and host a fucking autograph signing.
Yeah,
pictures.
you're gonna be an ambassador. You're gonna work on a
Right.
panel. Like, there's plenty you can do, man. Don't give me that
It's
shit.
just stupid. You
know
just
what it
brought
is?
Braun back. I don't like him as talent, but like it's just fucking stupid. You just brought him back. You just fucking nothing with him.
Well, I don't know why they brought him.
you
I don't
said
know
it
why
right.
they brought him back.
Well,
I didn't know
you
that.
just said it right. Talent. The guy is fucking awesome.
Stop it. Stop.
I do.
I don't want to speak badly about somebody after they've been released, but stop it.
You're forcing me to do so. I love him. I love him so much.
He
but
ruined
yeah.
my birthday a few years ago.
Well, fuck
And
you. Fuck
that happens.
your birthday.
That's what
and
happens.
I can't wait for like Braun to. They only fired him so he can come back in a mask. They like this Americano gimmick so much they're gonna make What was the Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? My Giant or something like that.
Braun's going to be
Wasn't
El
twins?
Pequeño
Was it twins?
Americano.
Yeah, that's exactly. I don't know
He's
what
gonna
that
be
means.
Little American.
That might have been a slur, so you chill out with that.
Pequeño is little.
Pecan. You liked those pecan candies we got
Those
in New
are
Orleans.
praline, and no,
They were
I didn't
disgusting.
They
They were
were fucking
disgusting.
awful.
I said they were fine.
You were like, me and BJ were like,
You're
wow,
like,
this
yo,
is what
bring it,
everybody
Donald.
said.
I did not say that. You said
You got the whole box.
Because you told me to take them.
No. So first off,
I was like, I love these. Can I have all of those? That's not what happened.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall here.
Revisionist
You dipped out on us to go in your blood-soaked room, and you fucking and you took that box of pralines without prejudice,
just a
dude.
little bit of blood on the mirror.
A little bit of blood and semen,
I can't wait to get out of that room.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I know. It's okay. You came in, we were like, shh, baby, it's okay. And Mike's like, it's a little bit of blood.
I'm not the one that booked that fucking room, by the way.
Yeah. Don't let me book rooms.
Yeah, we know.
Never again.
Yeah. Backlash.
Keep this motherfucker.
Yeah. No. We were on a budget, dude. We were on a budget. We're like, we want to spend $9. I was like, well, I got the blood on the mirror. And you're like, I guess this is fine.
I feel like we could have done better.
When we pulled in the first night, though, I thought I heard 2 gunshots, and I was like, I'm
That
home.
was not a great area.
No, hell no. Under the bridge, right outside of New Orleans, dude. No, I agree.
Didn't stay
man.
in New Orleans. Donnie would not.
No, we were in Greta. I thought
Gretna.
I thought it said great. It was Gretna. Dude. I was like, shit, that ain't good.
It was great.
I thought it was. Yeah,
Dyslexia foiled you again.
Yeah, I thought it was the review, not the area. Backlash! Everybody get your D-Lo Brown heads out. Crack your chest. Bah! Ooh, loosen them scapulas and shit, dude. Watch the entire-
Scapula?
Yeah, that's your shoulder things, right?
Yeah, you said scalpula.
What is it again?
Scapula.
Scapula and scalpula.
Scapula.
Where's
No, not
yo,
scapula.
spot the difference. I ain't seeing one. I
There you
ain't
go.
seeing one, dude. I got those little tools on my shoulders. So let's get out, loosen our necks, shake them like your draws, and we're gonna get right into this.
What?
Dude.
What? He's
Like a floppy neck?
Yeah, dude. He said,
Yeah.
well, yeah, right? Isn't that who would, of all the people who would need an attitude neck adjustment?
I think you needed more than that.
Guys, Dominic Mysterio against Penta. Do we just get Dom retaining against Penta?
I think we do. To me, I don't think he would be losing the title this soon. Literally just won it at WrestleMania. But I think that there's interference. I would say Chad Gable or El Grande Americano shows up because he tried to interfere in Penta's match on Raw. And then you can kind of branch off Penta against him into a feud. And Penta doesn't really lose a whole lot if he loses the match to Dom because there's interference. So that's my thought.
I will say this. Sometimes I look at things through the vacuum of lucha, and I think would this work in the lucha world, and how much would I love it in that universe, right? And you give me Americano versus Penta in the lucha universe, I just feel like that would have been incredible. It's going to be great here if you do that here, but in that lucha world, I think it would be
Donnie,
incredible.
actually, because I've been doing my rewatch of Lucha Underground, the last episode I watched before the show today, the No Mas match.
Does it hold up for you?
Dude, it was great. It's still fucking hilarious to this day, even though you know what's gonna happen when she just yells, "Fuck you, Barry Fosa!"
Yeah, it's such a great. And looking back, she's a dickhead now. But man, the moment.
No, she's awesome. She should be brought back into wrestling. There's fucking rapists and shit in wrestling.
Yeah,
Let's get her in.
Yeah, I mean,
she did a little shoot for a second. Okay,
Yeah,
it's happened a million times.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, well, let's not act like Vader didn't kill a couple
Right.
people almost.
It's honestly insane. That she was blackballed from wrestling essentially for that one moment.
But to be honest with you, the one
it wasn't
thing about,
great, but there's people that
Well,
don't.
hold on, real quick. It is the number one cardinal sin in the sport, right?
Yeah, but
It is though. When you talk about the sport of wrestling,
New Jack
you have
tried to murder Vic Grimes.
And listen, nobody really trusted New Jack. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm saying he's
I'm
allowed to
just
keep
saying.
wrestling.
You can't. Well, I don't think anybody could stop him. You know what I mean? I think she could continue if she wanted to. It's just about who would hire her. Like you said, it's the recourse of your actions. If you say something stupid,
Well, WWE
you're allowed
Lucha
to say
Underground
something.
could hire her.
You're allowed to say something stupid, but I'm also allowed to be I don't want to associate myself with you because you said that.
It's just wild that she went from one of the hottest things in women's wrestling, and then you never heard from her again.
Yeah, she boxes now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the boxing community, you know all about her. But yeah,
Mike.
I'm sad that you're doing that without us.
Yeah,
Well,
they
what
fucked
am
up.
I supposed to do? Are we supposed to all like get together?
Well, no. What we're supposed to do is we're supposed to
play
enforce
some
George
phone call.
Crews into fucking call
George
us.
Crews hates Lucha Underground.
It is weird.
He never watched it. He won't acknowledge it. He's never gonna give it to us.
Crazy, dude. We should we should come up with a legitimate plan, and if fans raise enough money, we'll do the lucha. This is your call to action, fans. You think patreon.com/ringrunnersradio is nothing anymore? You don't want to support us in there because you're cheap and it's an economic downturn? You're not Braun Strowman. Stop being a coward. Stand up and say, I want you guys to watch Lucha Underground or Wrestling Society X. Because I would love to also go watch through with that.
I have that on DVD.
I have it on DVD as well.
I don't.
And
I wish I had Lucha on DVD.
the problem is now, Mike, I'm not sure I have a DVD player.
You have Xbox?
dude, go to a Goodwill.
that's
You can find.
I have a Goodwill, Mike. A
$5.
Goodwill opened up in the fucking place right next to me.
Nice.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I'm sure they got a million DVD players in there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He has
they
an
do.
Xbox. He's fine.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Okay, yes.
Are you guys aware of what's going on with Shelton Benjamin?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Benjamin Shelton. You mean
Benjamin
Yeah.
Shelton. brother.
Benjamin Shelton, dude? First off, hold on. I'm gonna jump ahead here. I'm gonna say this to Benjamin Shelton: stay in your lane. Stop talking this kind of ugly to fucking legends like Hulk Hogan.
Yikes. dude.
Okay? He made a mistake. Everyone's due a second chance. Okay? He made several
How many
mistakes
To be
over
fair,
and over
Donnie
again.
says fucking names wrong every day.
I do too. Yo, but and why are we acting like Hulk Hogan doesn't do this all the time? He is the world's most known liar.
He keeps claiming that he faced Brock Lesnar in his first match back from UFC.
Mike,
That occurred in what, 2011?
Mike,
2012?
I'm looking through the numbers here. I'm not sure that's factually accurate.
It's certainly not factually accurate.
Okay.
Did he even ever wrestle Benjamin Shelton in like 2002 when they were on the roster?
Hulk Hogan?
Shelton
Yeah.
Benjamin said, "You don't even fucking know me," essentially in his tweet.
He's like, keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah, he sure did.
I know Brock fucked up Hogan.
Yes, but that was like 2002. Hogan
Yeah.
was saying he faced him in his first match back from UFC.
I know, that's so weird.
It's
Crazy.
not true at all.
Crazy how he doesn't fucking know what's going on.
I think he does. I just think Terry Bollea doesn't care what Hulk Hogan does.
And his dick's small, too.
It's not, dude. Don't make me call Andrew Skeens right now and fucking be like, he's got it. It's not Hulk Hogan huge, but it's Terry Bollea fine.
Is that video of him, like, when he just got off a roller coaster, is that still out there?
Honestly, I have not looked at that since that happened. It's like the Delco Pooper thing.
Nobody talks about that.
I haven't seen it since it happened. What, the Delco
Not the
Pooper?
Delco Pooper.
Yeah, we had the Delco Pooper was the talk of Lucy's communion this weekend. It's unbelievable how proud everyone is of this whole situation.
They're proud?
Oh yeah, we're all like hell yes, dude. Did you see?
You can explain to people what this is?
Oh, most people know. Just Google Delco Pooper. It's a woman who was in a road rage incident in Delco, right around me. My gym is 2 blocks away from where this happened, which is incredible. And she basically was in an altercation with this woman following her. She gets out of the car, pulls down her pants, shits on the woman's car, pulls her pants back up, I think, or just pulls her dress down. I'm not sure. It's grainy.
No.
It's like the
That's
Zapruder
crazy.
footage. Gets back in her car all shit-butted and just gets arrested for it. But my favorite part of the whole thing, you can look up the Delco Pooper. It's right around my block. Joe, my favorite part of the whole thing is there's an arrest video, right? And she's like kind of like reacting like you would, like embarrassed, but like kind of being like, fuck it, I don't care. Right? And then you hear her mom be like, don't you have something better to do? Don't you want to hear her side of the story? Right? Then
I do want to hear it.
you hear a dude in the background go, what'd you eat? And I was dying laughing, dude. Because she projectile shits. It's a video you'll never
Yeah,
unforget.
it was not a log.
Dude, it is one of the wildest videos ever made.
The worst
and that
part of it
shit
is I don't think she like pulled her pants down from the video you said. It looked like she just like pulled them to the side and shot it out and then just was back in business right away.
I mean, listen, dude. I have never once taken an on-command shit so precisely the way she painted that lady's fucking
That was
Toyota
impressive.
logo, dude.
We gotta get her in the military.
I don't know. I don't know if I trust her. Maybe like, yeah, maybe you're right, dude.
Yeah.
What a deterrent.
Machine shit.
Honestly, she should be in Hollywood with fucking on-demand shits like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking crazy. She should be in jail, honestly. She should be in jail.
She might be a huge favorite of BG.
I will, why?
He likes shit and vomit.
Oh, that is true. He's a poop guy. You get it? You
BG,
mix it
thoughts on
the
Delco Pooper?
Yeah, thoughts
I don't
on
know where that became a thing.
Vicky Guerrero.
Vicky Guerrero, yeah, projectile vomit.
Yeah, we found that day.
That was a different thing.
Oh, no. You're a Dookie man through and through. I
By the way,
thing.
on Twitter, people are calling it the Delco Dumper.
I like that better.
Yeah, Donnie, you fucked up, man.
We need alliteration.
We had
always alliteration.
Well, they always say it was the front page of the one newspaper in Delco, and they called it the Delco Deucer, right?
Oh, that's real good.
Can I tell you the truth? There's a fucking sandwich place right down the road and they got one called the Delco Deucer now. And it's just
why would you order that?
It's all hot shit. It's all shit that gives you explosive diarrhea,
That's
so
disgusting.
you can be like your favorite friend, the Delco Deucer.
Disgusting.
The Delco Pooper is just easier to explain to my kids because everybody at their party is laughing and they're like, well, it's a funny thing that adults talk about. The poop, go back inside and play. God damn it. Yeah, nothing like seeing my aunt I hadn't seen in fucking like 6 years. And we're sitting there laughing our asses off at videos of this lady shitting on a person's car. I was like we know her. Okay. Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre.
Right,
Again.
BG didn't make his pick. Neither did you.
I said
Dominic and
Dom.
Dom.
Penta.
Yeah, I said Dom. Yeah.
Okay.
I just said how cool it would be in Lucha. I will say, you guys want wrestling talk, and then you get this. Fuck you. Make up your fucking mind. For me, this is not good because it feels like just we combine the two things we got at WrestleMania into one tag team thing that feels lesser than.
This isn't a tag team. This is
I
a
know it's not a
featherweight.
tag team thing, but it's like
You
one match
don't
and
know
then,
that because you said it was a
yeah,
tag
it's
team
one
thing.
match and then no, you're just combining the two matches. It feels dookie and it feels so far below what Drew McIntyre is. This is another thing we're doing where Drew McIntyre is just not utilized properly.
I
This
know,
is what
but
I
where
always
should he?
know.
Who should he be facing right now?
He
Please
should
tell
be.
me.
He should be in the Seth Rollins group or something like that. He
No,
should be doing something. Yo,
So
I
then
don't
he's
care
gonna
what
be
you
second
say.
to Seth
He
Rollins.
figure something out. He should be doing. Yeah, listen. I don't like what they're doing with Pat McAfee and Gunther, but it's getting run. It's getting run at a high level, and it's getting mainstream pub. Drew McIntyre deserves something like that. If you're not going to do something where he's fighting for a world championship, you're wasting him doing this dumb shit. Okay? It's how I always thought about
Not sure
Moxley.
what you want from him.
Figure something out. You got 45
Tell
fucking
me.
writers and
I'm
$25
waiting.
million. Figure it the fuck out, dude.
Let me know. What could it be?
He should be going against Cody Rhodes. Or he should be going
Cody
against
Rhodes. He's off
John-
TV. He's not
John
around.
Cena. He should go against John Cena.
He should not go
should
against
do-
John Cena.
Dude,
Heel versus heel.
anything better than being a fucking fourth man in a fucking secondary title scene. It's very
I don't think he's
stupid.
I don't think he's the fourth man in this.
BJ, you like Drew McIntyre. He seems to hate him all of a sudden. I don't know what his
I
deal
love
is.
Drew McIntyre.
You shut your fucking mouth. You wouldn't say this if you did that.
I'm just being realistic.
Yeah, BJ?
It does irritate me that Drew came out on SmackDown a few weeks ago. It's like, I'm going to go for the U.S. title. Going for the Jacob Fatu. You're the baddest man right now. No one else is around. It's like, no, I don't know about that. I like our idea. Go after Jey Uso.
Yeah, but
Right.
Seth is going to beat Jey Uso.
I don't care.
It's a step down.
From
you
Drew
have to care.
McIntyre's-
Only one person could beat him
No.
for the title.
No, from Drew McIntyre's perspective, he should be going after Jey Uso in the
And
World Heavyweight
lose?
Championship. He doesn't know he's going to lose. He thinks he's going to win.
No, I'm just saying, but that's what would happen. He would lose.
So you want to do? I'd rather him lose the World Heavyweight Championship than win the fucking United States.
I don't think he would. I think he would.
And I
cry
don't think
if he
he's
lost
winning
to
the
Jey
U.S.
Uso.
Championship either.
Yeah.
No,
I
but he's
think
not
Jacob
going
Fatu
to
is winning.
fall. I want
Why-
Drew McIntyre
when
in the
did
top
you start
spot.
hating
I would
Drew
love for Drew
McIntyre?
McIntyre to be world champion, but Cena's the world champion. He's going to be for the foreseeable future, and then Seth is going to be beating Jey very soon. So you have two world titles, and there's just not a spot right now to go be world champion.
When Roman Reigns wasn't world champion, he was always in the He was always in the main event scene regardless of what he was doing.
Hey, I'm all ears for an idea, but there's nothing there right now.
You have a
Drew could've been
fucking
going
creative
after you.
team.
Drew could have been going after Jey Uso, and Seth Rollins could have come after Jey Uso or Drew McIntyre as well. They all have beef.
Yeah, he can be fighting.
From Drew's
he
perspective,
can be
he should be going after the World Championship.
That's fine, but for starters, they don't have him on Raw right now,
Okay.
and for second,
That
he would
doesn't
just
matter.
lose.
I don't know. I don't know what he did to you to hurt you.
I
But it's
like Drew
fucking
McIntyre more
crazy.
than you like Drew McIntyre.
I obviously not.
I had him as my
Obviously
wrestler
not.
of the year. Did you?
He was up there, but he wasn't in
No,
AEW.
he wasn't. You had like fucking Jack Perry.
He
or some
wasn't.
shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a big drop by Tony.
Are you?
By Tony. By Tony. He may really drop the ball on that one.
Tom?
Not perfect. I'm the first one to admit he's not perfect. He should have pushed Jack Perry to the moon. So I'm taking Drew McIntyre because they book him like shit, and giving him this title here would be dumb as shit, and that's what they do. Jacob Fatu shouldn't lose, but they're going to give it to Drew because they don't understand.
Jacob Fatu is absolutely not losing it.
No, he's not.
He probably pins LA Knight.
The only way would be like Solo screws him and they like accelerate that as something. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I assume Jacob Fatu's gonna have a long reign as U.S. champion.
Yeah, I agree. He just won it.
And he should.
Mm-hmm.
Pat McAfee versus Gunther.
A lot of people hate this.
Yeah, including me. I'm waiting to see if you'll defend this because, as we said, it was so important after losing the championship that Gunther was portrayed in a positive, well, not in a positive light, but at least in a like forward-looking, momentum-wise, exactly the complaints I'm having with Drew McIntyre, and this ain't it.
So our other option was go face Jey Uso again and lose. Okay, right?
Okay, would have preferred that.
That's an option. Or we could do something else, and he's doing something else. Pat McAfee and Gunther is going to be a great match. And I know you're going to say it's not going to be, but
it's going to get mainstream publicity because he's on ESPN
every time
and
Pat
shit.
McAfee's had a match, it's been really good. And Gunther, I don't think has ever had a bad match. And the segment we got on Raw was very good.
That's why it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. And I don't have an issue with Gunther like doing something different. Like you're keeping him in a spot where he's being featured. He's facing Pat McAfee, which, as Donnie himself said, is going to get mainstream attention. It's going to be all over ESPN.
That's exactly right. That's what we were saying. It should be a position
showing
like
that
this won't be good.
You Gunther in high regard by putting him in that spot. He's obviously going to win this match, and then he's going to move forward. And we'll see where he goes from there. My assumption is that you start building towards the match with Goldberg, whether that's going to be at SummerSlam or what. But for now, he gets this. He wins the match. I don't have a big problem with it. What I love for the top 20 guys in WWE all to be world champion, I would love it. It would be great.
Here we go.
But, there's only 2 of them.
Here we go, Mr. WWE.
It's not just reality.
Oh, here he goes. He's like, we might as well call you Duke the Dumpster Drozy because you are a pedophile, dude.
That's really fucked up to say. For people that don't know, Duke the Dumpster Drozy got in big trouble for trying to buy some child pornography.
Yeah.
True.
Confirmed pedophile again there. You're right. He was. So the truth is, Mike, your blinders are crazy. You're like a horse at the Derby. You can only see one fucking
Hey, buddy,
way.
I'm waiting for your answers for what you would do with them. I'm waiting
straight
for your
up Triple H's asshole. You know what I mean?
Waiting for your answers.
That's not my job, Mike. I'm watching a TV show. I'm not guessing which way Breaking Bad's going to go. I'm taking it as it comes to me.
That you want everybody to be going for a world championship.
I want them. Listen, you are right, and I'm the one who said it first. Going against fucking dickhead Pat McAfee is going to get you on ESPN. It's going to get you mainstream notoriety, and that is the reason why I compared what Drew McIntyre is doing to what Gunther's doing. Because at least, to WWE's credit, they're giving him something that has mainstream notoriety attached to it. The thing for me is, this isn't a good follow-up. I'd rather have him finish up the feud with Jey Uso in a losing effort.
He lost.
And then, so does he not get a rematch?
Why would he?
Because he was world fucking champion and he lost this fucking
dude.
Holy moly!
It's
a better use of Gunther.
It's kind of hilarious because for years you would cry, and many people would cry. We would get fucking rematch after rematch after
No.
rematch. And they're moving along.
When told in a proper fashion.
I don't want Gunther losing to Jey Uso again. I want Gunther to be built back up and to get victories. And this is the first victory he's going to have on his way to getting built back up. And then he'll probably beat Goldberg. And you can keep going with it, and hopefully he gets built back up to where he's back in the world championship scene.
You said built back
That's
up.
That's kind of how wrestling works. You build people back up after a
so
while.
have him lose 2 fucking times and then freak the fuck out. Instead of losing 1 time, not continue to chase after the title, and then fucking just be like, I'm going to attack this guy, and now fight an announcer. You go unhinged because you lost the 2 fucking matches. You lost the title and then the rematch. He
lost at WrestleMania.
Well,
that's what happened.
He should. That doesn't make sense. He should be going right back after his title. He said, I just lost it. I get a rematch.
And everybody cried that he lost to Jey Uso
You want
once,
to do this?
So then you'll cry more that he lost to Jey Uso twice.
Got it. So
it doesn't even
I don't care. Listen,
stop.
Stop talking to me keep saying you people and shit like that. Talk to me.
I
don't give a
you,
shit.
Donald Wood.
I don't give a single shit.
Because you say right now that it's what you want.
It is what I want.
That wouldn't be what you want. You would not be happy with Jey Uso beating Gunther again.
If you give me on one hand Jey Uso fucking beating Gunther again, completely ending that storyline and having Gunther bottom out. And having Gunther bottom out versus having him lose the title. My turn. Have him lose the fucking title or go against fucking Pat McAfee in a nothing feud just to get some mainstream notoriety. I'll take the fucking rematch every time.
I disagree. That's far less interesting, and he loses again.
Cool. BJ?
Lots been said.
Feels like it's been yelled more than said, but sure.
I hate how this match came to be. I said it a few weeks ago. I hate that Gunther just going after a commentator. For who the fuck cares what Michael Cole has to say, for example. Like, I'd rather him be going after Jey Uso and explaining to Jey, I tapped out quickly. And I want my fucking rematch where he tries to beat him up, and then maybe Drew McIntyre comes out. They have a thing. They could be going after a number 1 contendership match at Backlash. Gunther against
there
Drew
you go.
McIntyre.
You want an idea, bitch? You want a fucking idea? He got one for you.
Not really, to me.
Better than your shit. Better than the shit I'm getting.
Not really heel versus heel.
Oh,
no.
They have beef.
And they're not going to be the next ones going for the title. Seth is going to be the next one going for the title.
Seth just went for the title. Same fucking night.
And he lost.
And he fucking lost.
He won by DQ. So he didn't lose. He's going to get another shot eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Okay, eventually.
Great.
And he has beef with Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre became champion. There it is. So there's a whole bunch of ways you can go back because they all have history with each other.
I don't know. It's not interesting to me to just have a bunch of heels fighting each other for a title shot when we know Seth's going to get the title now.
Gunther and Drew McIntyre will be one of the best matches of the year, so I have no problem with that. I understand having Gunther in the spot with Pat McAfee because, yes, he's going to be on fucking ESPN and whatnot, but Gunther doesn't really need that. That's not his style. That's not the type of person that they are trying to put over in that way. So it's strange. I do think this could be the best match of the night because I think it's going to be booked very meticulously, and Gunther's fucking incredible. Sure. But I think they'll be able to build this up. So I think it could be the most entertaining match of the night, if not the Fatal 4-Way. But to me, this is not what Gunther should be doing. And I don't like how it went about.
Love hearing you say that shit out loud, making that other dumb motherfucker look like a dumb motherfucker.
It's a one pay-per-view feud. Yep, it's going to be a match with a lot of eyes on it. Gunther gets a win back after losing.
Okay, what does Gunther do after he wins against a fucking commentator like Pat McAfee who's like 2 or 3 matches ever?
What's your story, buddy?
We'll see.
No.
No.
What's your story? You're telling me I gotta have a plan.
The idea that him going after a championship is not at his championship because he lost at WrestleMania. So go after what you lost.
What's yours then, dickface?
So what does he do after beating Pat McAfee? You're saying it builds him back up.
I 100% understand the logic of him going back for the World Heavyweight Championship, but I'm saying it's ultimately not the best thing for him because he's just going to lose a second time.
How do you don't even know Gunther?
Everybody freaked out over him losing a first time. So why are you going to go back to it and lose a second time?
You keep
but
saying
you're saying
everybody
this builds him back up to then do what?
You string wins together to get back and then go for a championship.
Wins against Pat McAfee?
This is step 1. This is how you... Have you not watched wrestling before? When you lose a match, you go and you win a bunch of matches in a row and you get built back up.
Okay,
it's Gunther though. He was champion for almost a year, for fucking 8 months.
Let me tell you, Brock Lesnar. Hold on.
One time.
Brock Lesnar in UFC goes against the fucking top guy, Shane Corwin.
This isn't UFC.
Gets
This is
not.
pro
Yeah,
wrestling.
well, guess what? You just used the fucking gaining wins to get back in the title scene. That's literally
Well, they were
combat
just putting
sports.
Brock Lesnar in title matches in UFC.
So if
just
he
to do
fucking gets punched in the well, guess what? Because he's a huge star. That's why they did that. Just like Gunther.
Great, WWE has 20 huge stars.
Oh my God. Yeah, and they're not utilizing about 5 of them.
They're utilizing them, just not how you like
I
them.
don't think so. So let's go on to Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. Lyra gets a lot of the upper hand. Actually, I didn't think her promo was too bad.
It's probably the best promo she
It
ever
was
cut.
definitely the best promo she's ever cut.
Yeah, and so like that's good. I think the
Good for
comfort
her.
level, all the
And it was actually,
Irish power here, dude. You know what I mean? Get that fucking.
there's probably
hand.
people out there who are like, oh, Becky got owned. She, like, didn't do a good job. It's like, that's how being a heel works. Like, you're not supposed to always be cool. You're supposed to set the babyface up to own you.
And
which is what happened.
And thank you for saying it that way too. You want to get owned several times.
You alley-oop the owning to the babyface.
Yes. Hi. Hello. That is truly well done wrestling especially in this situation because Becky's going to win and take the title. So if Becky's going to win and take the title, if she's going to get put over that way, then on the road to that, she's going to put over her opponent. I'll never forget Ric Flair talking to Chris Jericho, and he said, why in the world would I tell you I'm facing a loser? Because then when I beat that loser, it means nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you the guy I'm facing is the greatest that's ever walked the earth. Because when I beat him, I'm the greatest that walked the earth. So that's the same thing I feel here. So Becky over.
I agree. I
agree.
would say there's a small possibility that like Bayley were to return and screw over Becky, but this is Becky's first singles match since she came back. I just don't think that. I don't think it's interesting if like Bayley screws her and then you go do Bayley versus Becky with no title involved and then Lyra goes and does something else. I think Becky winning the IC title, putting that title on a huge star, does a lot for the title. And then, perhaps Bayley shows up in the, either on Raw or something like that and challenges her, and then you get that feud for the IC title. Lyra can come back and go after the title at some point. I think that Becky winning the title does a lot for it.
What is it? The old adage, it's not the man who makes the title, it's the title that makes the man, or vice versa, right? What was it?
A lot of times it's the person who makes the title.
Yeah,
come on.
You said person. I said man. So sorry about that.
She's the man.
Sorry,
She's
exactly.
the man.
Sorry, you being progressive. BJ, did you say who you picked?
Yeah, I agree with you guys.
Yeah, I know. That was so good. We're
so
good.
It's just there's 5 matches on the show. Most title matches gotta have a title change.
That's why I felt like maybe something with the Dom and Penta thing, where they just flip it real quick and it just keeps changing hands. Because then you get Finn the title.
Finn Balor could fucking screw Dom.
Yeah.
I was thinking that they would lead to like a Finn versus Dom IC title match though, so you'd have to keep it on Dom.
And nothing would make Finn Balor bring out the demon more than Dominic Mysterio. Unbelievable.
Dom's awesome.
When are we going to get the demon again? Like, is this not one of the biggest travesties in fucking wrestling history?
Yeah.
The demon is tough to book though, because you don't want him losing.
Book it every once in a while then, and when he's not going to lose.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's true.
They book Finn a lot, just not great.
Yeah, that is true. Quantity over quality.
He's always on.
John Cena and Randall Orton. This is in St. Louis. Randy Orton going out on his back, baby. John Cena wins.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of match quality, I don't think it'll be a world beater. It's not going to be the best match you see on this card, probably. But
I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, not for a long time
not
though.
Like
never with Randy as a babyface and Cena as the heel.
Of course, John Cena's never been heel before. I can say about everybody who's ever fought Rick.
Yeah, and that's what makes it interesting.
Sure, but I've seen it literally 11 times on pay-per-view.
Yeah, but Randy Orton, honestly, I think the past several years he's better than he's ever been, especially in that 100%. Era where they were facing each other all the time. And like even when we were doing a show in 2013.
They faced each other like 1,000 times in 2009, like 1,000 times in 2013.
Yeah.
I remember, bud.
I honestly think that if they book this correctly, it could be very good, and hopefully it's not booked like WrestleMania was.
It's going to be
I don't think Travis Scott's showing up, if that's what we're talking about. I'm very much looking forward to this match because, as we said, it's a role reversal. It's a match we haven't gotten in a long time, but they're longtime rivals. They're two of the biggest stars in the history of WWE. Randy Orton in his hometown, so the crowd's going to be hugely behind him. They're going to be hugely against Cena. The atmosphere is going to be very fun. So even if it's not your typical 5-star match, I think it's going to be a very fun match. Cena wins by cheating in some way. I don't think it's Travis Scott, though. At least I hope not.
It's going to be The Rock. He shows up at the St. Louis.
Now he shows up.
Now
That
he
would be
shows up.
hilarious.
Honestly, that would be a
White
huge
Rock.
troll. If he's being a heel, he needs to do that. When he fought Edge, when Randy Orton fought Edge in what one
greatest
man,
wrestling match of all time.
what one man called the greatest wrestling match
No.
of all time.
We all called it that.
I-
That's what it was.
No,
rated as.
literally was billed as that, and it was wrong then, and it stands the test of time of
I still
being
can't
wrong.
believe they did that.
It was actually a really good match.
Can I tell you the truth? That is a Vince McMahon tactic, and I guarantee you, the greatest match of all time. He said it on billboards since the 50s. The
They
McMahon
were.
family has.
Remember they had like an
wasn't-
old-timey like MSG microphone that came down from the ceiling for it also?
Yeah, because this was like pre-taped.
Yeah.
I
And I think Edge like fucked himself up and got
Yeah,
injured.
he got
in that
hurt
match.
at the very end.
I think that you're gonna. So that was more like cinematic,
2020.
right? But I think you're gonna get a
Sort of.
similar sentiment here. Like I think John Cena is gonna be out there to prove something. Because you're right, Randy Orton's the best he's ever been, in my opinion. And you know, everyone knows John Cena ain't a great wrestler. But I think Randy Orton and him have, whether we like it or not, they got chemistry since they've fought so many times. I think this
Not
match.
together.
I think this match will be better than we expect it to be. I don't
I
have
would
high
expect it to be good.
expectations for it.
Will Cena do a springboard? Will he do a springboard stunner?
No.
No,
Not bringing that back?
no,
No.
he should 100.
He's a
that's-
heel now.
Yeah, it's a
Can't do
high
it.
flying
True.
move. Can't be doing that kind of spot monkey shit. Was he?
Yeah,
fucking
can't be doing
Kevin
that
Owens?
shit. Was it Young Buck?
Logan Paul. Just,
Speaking of, he attacked Jay. I honestly, I thought that was going to be a Backlash match.
I think it's going to be Saturday Night's main event.
Mhm.
Main event.
yeah,
The main event of Saturday Night's main event.
No, John Cena's main event than that.
I think he's just doing like the main event match, because is Cena even having a match at that? Just like a segment?
I have no idea, based on the show.
Yeah, I thought I read it was a
I think
segment.
this is a segment, probably.
Yeah. But regardless, that's terrible. And Logan Paul gets entirely too many opportunities based on his
He's
modicum
going to lose.
of success.
Can you replicate that success for us?
Have I told you about the schedule
Can you
one
get like a
fucking
tenth?
views?
Can you get a
bud?
tenth of what he's had?
Let me tell you something, dude. You watch your ass because we are getting tens of views a day now, dude. Okay? You add another 0 and
Almost dozens.
almost dozens, dude. We've almost met the threshold
I
to
mean,
get paid from
technically
YouTube.
24 is dozens, so.
Yeah, that's true. We already have dozens, you idiot. We almost met the threshold to get paid from YouTube, baby boy.
I thought that
You
wasn't
said
that long ago.
You said that was a year ago.
Yeah.
No, but we're getting paid right now.
No,
but
I'm not.
They won't pay you. Well, you're not.
I'm not.
You're not until I recoup all the money and time I've invested.
Oh, so
you will
never?
see nothing, right?
Okay.
So we're never going to see anything.
from the
now.
bottom up. You don't do anything. You're on Discord
do
for the
this show.
first time. So yeah, you get all. We split that money. YouTube's a different LLC.
That's news to me.
Yeah. Deal with it, dude.
Honestly, me too, and I'm on. Fucking on it.
It's not. Go back in the text messages. It's all written. I had you guys sign contracts in Philadelphia. But yeah, John Cena just wins.
Yeah, this will be fun though. Like Mike said, the atmosphere it's a big fight feel. These two Hall of Famers, right? So it's exciting.
It's fine.
I don't know.
It's fine,
I think the
dude.
storyline is good that they had going into this one compared to the Cody
Their
Cena
segment on
one.
SmackDown was good. The
Yeah.
way they started it with the RKO was good.
Yeah, Randy Orton's been great.
It's
And it's
mid-card.
gonna be in his hometown. man.
Mid-card shit,
is
but let's
mid-card.
talk about the main event shit. Double or Nothing, May
Talk about mid-card.
25th, baby. Are you kidding me? The men's Owen Hart final is Hangman Adam Page against Will Ospreay. Banger. Certify it now as a banger. And Mercedes Moné against Jamie Hayter. Banger. Banger matches. Cornerstone banger matches.
Do we have to certify that one?
Yeah, I mean, listen.
You don't have to certify.
It's early, but I agree it should be certified, yes.
Did you see what Becky said about Mercedes?
No.
She was saying, like, Bailey's so dumb, she probably pays her best friend $100 a month to text with her. Because of that thing that came out where Mercedes, like, you could subscribe to her text service for $99.99 a month.
Wait, what
We'll
happened?
see this.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Have you done
You
it?
haven't seen this?
No, I didn't know. None of the words that just ripped across your lips made a lick of sense to me. So why don't we
tell me
start
where you want
over?
me to start.
The whole thing. Do it again. Jamie
Okay,
Hayter.
so Mercedes is doing a thing where if you pay $99.99 per month, you can
$100.
text with her, quote unquote. Even though a lot of it,
Is
from
AI.
my understanding, is like pre-written text and shit like
Oh
that.
my
It's-
god.
so it's
George
AI.
would totally do this.
So you're,
George would
you're
totally do
talking-
this. If this was like Liv Morgan, George would definitely do this.
Holy Can I be honest with you, Mike?
Mhm.
You know this because you're doing it. Don't even
I'm
start.
definitely not doing it.
Do not
Brother,
start with
I'm-
me, dude.
Brother,
I know
I'm
you.
poor. I'm not doing
There's
this.
there's no bigger Kaka Banks fan in the world than you, my friend. And you
I
know
love her, and even
firsthand.
I wouldn't do it. So that tells you a lot.
Yeah, right.
But anyways, Becky said like
It's a write-off.
No, it's not. She said Bailey's
Would be,
so
yeah.
dumb. She's probably paying her best friend $99.99 a month to text her.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Mhm.
Please do more of that because that's the kind of stuff that pops the boys and the goyles. You know what I mean?
My hope
that's
is
what
that
pops everybody who are real fans. That kind of shit.
my hope is that people who are actually paying the $99.99 a month come forward and share what these interactions are like, so we could see.
And also, while you're coming forward, please donate some of that money instead to patreon.com/ringroastradio, where we need, dude, if you want to, $9.99. I will shoot text you random ass shit, dude. All the time. I don't even give a
I
shit.
pay
I'll do it.
$9.99 to stop texting us.
You get that in writing, and I will. Non-show related stuff or non-investment related stuff, we'll
Anything.
stop.
No, anything. You just show up on the day of the show, we'll figure it out. You don't need to text us about it.
BJ needs my investing advice.
I don't know
Mike.
about that.
So Donnie texted me 2 quotes yesterday,
Mhm.
rapidly.
Mhm.
And I literally thought it was spam, and so I was going to screenshot it and send it to group chat that Donnie has been corrupted, or
Mhm.
that he just can't leave me alone. And then, like an hour later, he goes, "Hey, don't ignore this investing." What did it said? Like that was advice. And I was like, I had no idea that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, so Mike, when you're doing any investments, it's usually just a 4-letter code for it on the NASDAQ or NYSE or whatever, right? So I just sent him 2 codes, just 2 4-letter codes. And now looking back now, 100% looks like either my kid got the phone and was texting wrong, or I was just
I thought
like
he was
hacked. Yeah, I was hacked. But
Why wouldn't you just say, like, these are the codes?
Because that's what Donnie does.
yeah, that's where you, dude. I did a bunch of the legwork first. You do the rest, okay? Here, I'm giving you a hint, dude. Yeah, I do everything like fucking Yoda, where I'm just like, codes you must read.
I'm glad I'm not sent money losing advice.
Yeah. Well, no, it's sound money advice because it doesn't actually come from me. That's how you know. It comes from
then maybe
much richer people than I who fucking it trickled down to me somehow, and I was like, ooh, I'll scoop that up. But yes, I can already tell Double or Nothing will double the score that I give Backlash. I can guarantee you that.
Of Backlash.
Yeah. Battleground.
You're gonna give Backlash a 4. So I don't think you're giving them an 8. You're gonna give it a 10 or a 10.5 or something.
I said it would double it.
9.5.
At least.
Well, yeah, more than double it.
Okay. Well,
Pretty
you know what?
perspective.
You're probably right.
Listen, you can't do math.
Mhm.
Yeah. Scott Steiner turning into fucking Iron Sheik. Because he's just like,
he's
he
a
talks about
treasure.
is math now, and it's just like, he's leaned into it. Also, did you see, who was it? Was it Logan Paul that walked up to fucking Scott Steiner and held the belt in his face and shit?
That would not be advisable. Did he really
Did
do
you
that?
see? Did you see that? It was recently. Someone just won a title. Oh no! It was Dom Mysterio.
Oh yeah, it was Dom.
And he held it
I
in
did
his
see
face.
that. He was like walking backstage past the
Because
Steiners
he
and,
just
like,
beat
held the
Braun.
belt.
Because he just beat Braun.
He knows that the Steiners won't whoop his ass though, because they respect Ray probably.
Yeah, they definitely got down with some. What was the name of their group?
Who, LWO?
No,
Or the Filthy Animals?
Filthy Animals. That was what it was. They definitely got down with the Filthy Animals. They definitely all hung out a few times. NXT Battleground looks like the mid-card Mafia. Obafemi
You don't even have a match yet. What are you
against
talking
Battle
about?
Royal winner. Pfft, who does that? And then Stephanie McCool against TBD. Who's that, dude? Never heard of him, dude.
It's a huge star, TBD.
TBD. Remember when Vacant was like a thing?
Yeah. That was fun.
I think there's still a Twitter account for it.
Yeah. Remember when there was a Twitter account for WCW and they're like, we're coming back, y'all.
Yeah, we got Sting. We're coming back.
We got Sting. And then Tony's like, this is a great idea. And he did it. Okay, Patreon.
Go to patreon.com/ringrustradio to hear the ad-free version of our podcast, your early access to upcoming retros such as MLW Battle Riot 7 or whatever.
Don't Battle Riot 7 or whatever? Why do you sound like like Lucy in the future when she's an angsty teen? Whatever, I don't even want to watch Battle Riot 7.
I'm just shocked there's been 7 Battle Riots.
Yeah.
Well, I think they count MLW, which like was early or like in the 90s too. You know what I mean?
Well, were they doing Battle Riot back then?
You know how Smashing Pumpkins guy is like, yeah, I claim all the NWA, and he's like, this is the 412th Crockett Cup, and you're like, yeah, nah. But yeah, technically it is.
Well, you hear our top 10 Money in the Bank cash-ins, top 10 Money in the Bank pay-per-views, and pay-per-view matches list right now. Plus
a lot of Money in the Bank.
Hell yeah, our CM Punk.
Shawty, what you think? You know?
I'm sorry?
You know.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say?
I have no idea what he was saying.
Yeah, thank you. Here's the thing, Mike. You are the unseasoned chicken of this show, dude. It is wild. Because you act like the most progressive dude, but you are the last person invited to the barbecue. For the record.
That's you, buddy.
No way, no, because they would love me.
You are
racist? That's not true. That's not true. I am unhinged, and I say inappropriate shit. Not racist. There's a difference.
It's near the same bucket.
Guess what? It's not, though. Slippery slope, for sure.
You cross that slope, baby. You slide down that slope.
I dance that line,
I don't want to
dude.
be associated with
I'm
you.
like Tina Turner. I dance that line, baby.
I'll release the text and we'll let the people decide.
That's inadmissible. What? Go ahead.
You also hear our draft for the best CM Punk, The Rock, and Bryan Danielson matches. I like those drafts. We should do it again sometime.
Which was horse shit because I wanted to do the Young Bucks and you were being a
When we do a tag team version, you can have the Young Bucks on there.
I don't think you could have the Young. They don't deserve it.
That's not true.
I hear that, but he's going to cry.
You got to be legendary.
It's going to be LOD. No, it's going to be fucking Hardy's for Dummy over here. It's going to be Demolition for Dummies
Eddie
too.
Christian for me.
And then it's going to be, oh yeah, I forgot about that. The third worst member of that 3-team trio.
Most importantly, you can sign up for our next Patreon bracket taking place next week. That's Tuesday, May 13th, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to determine the best wrestling finisher of all time.
Listen, we don't do wrestling brackets very often. I hope you're happy now. Number one.
Cry about it.
Cry
about it.
Yeah, I know, because I don't like wrestling that much.
Cry about it?
I would love to. Maybe we do Lucha Underground episodes or characters from Lucha Underground.
A lot of people didn't watch Lucha Underground though. We gotta appeal to.
Who cares? We do ice cream ones. No one's Googling ice cream and then thinking like this wrestling radio show is gonna be the fucking thing I'm looking for.
What? I'm talking about like people who would come on the show to do this. Not all of them watched Lucha Underground. We gotta appeal to people who watch or know these things.
We done?
It's not true.
I'm sorry, he's a fucking idiot. I'm trying to explain to him. It's hard.
We done?
I'm leaving.
Goodbye, bitch.
What's up? My name's Everson. I host a podcast called The Lariat Lounge, where we cover WWE, the world of professional wrestling, and all of the stories that are surrounding it. Join me each week where we go deeper than the matches, unraveling the stories and their impact in a casual yet informative way. The Lariat Lounge. This is the home of smart takes, hard hits, and real talk.
Strangeness in the latest report. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Egregious lies anonymously sourced. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Scoop, 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 scoop. No lies, no retraction. Scoop, 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 scoop. Purpose
source that's interesting to know.
Alright guys, it is time for your favorite segment of the week, our favorite segment of the week. It's Dirt Sheet Busters, that's right. It's where me and BG and not Donald Wood shit on the dirt sheets. BG,
Hell yeah.
how you doing?
I'm doing great, especially since Donnie left. Fuck him.
Dude, I wait for that every single week when we do the show for him to just walk away
Oh,
and
it's
never
the
come
best.
back.
Hope he never comes back. Ever.
That would be great.
Forever.
Speaking of people that we wish would never come back, the dirt sheets. Yep, a lot of lies to get through. We're going to start with one from PW Insider, who I usually don't have that big of an issue with compared to others, but BG, I want you to guess when Kairi Sane is returning.
Well, let's see. They showed us her at WrestleMania, so now the dirt sheets, oh, well, she wasn't on TV for a while, might be hurt, so she'll probably come back soon because she was backstage at WrestleMania where everyone but The Rock is. I'm going to say soon.
Good points there. PW Insider is now reporting that Kairi Sane was backstage at WrestleMania 41 and is, and I quote, expected to be back anytime.
Fuck, anytime.
While WWE hasn't confirmed.
Should have known. That's so much better than.
Point to her being medically cleared very soon.
You know, Mike, that is dirt cheating 101. They got me. I should have known. Anytime is the best fucking answer you could possibly give. I am now making a mental note of that. I will forever be saying that. Because it is true. At any time, that can happen, unless she gets cut.
What do you think about it? Anytime is insane.
Yeah.
Like, it could, she could get cut and come back in 10 years, and that would be a time.
Anytime.
It would be any time. Could come back anytime. And like you said, the only reason this quote-unquote report's out there is because it came out that she was backstage. And she
didn't come out, they showed
something about her.
They showed us.
Yes.
It was on TV.
Okay. Next one from Fightful Select. Sean Sapp knows nothing about AEW's All-In plans.
You know what? Good for AEW.
But I'll tell you what, him knowing nothing, that doesn't stop him from trying to report things.
So true.
According to Fightful Select, AEW sources say the company is playing it extremely close to the chest with All-In. Specific plans concerning both the eventual winner of the Owen Hart tournament and the subsequent AEW World Title main event at All-In are being closely guarded internally, the report stated.
What the fuck? What, have they ever just told you what's going to happen at the fucking show? Ever?
You wouldn't think so.
What are you talking about?
Isn't it kind of obvious though? Like, aren't we thinking it's going to be Ospreay and Mox so that they could do Hangman and Swerve against the Young Bucks?
It doesn't even matter. The report's fucking dumb. They're going to keep their plans close to the vest for every fucking thing that they do. They don't want spoilers out there of what they're going to do. That doesn't make any sense. Fuck Sean Sapp.
You can say this about any
right.
wrestling company, like not wanting anything to leak regarding their plans for like one of their big shows. So again, I don't know why that was even reported. Like everything they do should be kept close to the chest. But yeah, thanks for that. Next one is a wild ride. BG, WWE signed Alberto Del Rio. Psych! There's a lot of psychs in here, okay?
I never believe this.
Try to keep up, buddy, okay? According to Super Lucha's editor-in-chief, Ernesto Okamo, WWE has signed several standout stars from AAA as part of his expanding partnership. The list includes Alberto El Patron, Hijo de Dr. Wagner, Hijo del Vikingo, La Parca, La Hiedra, Lady Flammer, Lady Maravilla, and Nino Hamburguesa.
Nice.
I really want to see that last guy.
Can I ask you a question?
Nino Hamburguesa.
Can I ask you a question before you go on?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they announced at WrestleMania that they acquired the company.
100% correct.
Okay, so when you acquire the company, that means you acquire every single thing.
Assets.
All the assets, all the contracts, unless they are bought out.
Correct. And so this comes out yesterday. Were you following this saga on social media?
I saw Melts get fucking owned, is what I saw.
Okay, so this comes out, and then there's just nonstop discourse throughout the day.
Because it's Del Rio.
Reacting, overreacting. Okay, so that's the first part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Next part is from Lucha Blog, which Lucha Blog is an account on Twitter for people that don't know. They seem to oftentimes have inside information regarding
good for them.
Lucha things, as Kalisto might say. They say, to my knowledge, WWE did not quote-unquote give Alberto a contract. Triple A signed Alberto to a contract when they decided to build the promotion around him for the last year, and WWE will assume that contract when they take over the company.
Oh, so someone with
I don't
some
think
sense.
decisions have been made past that. Makes a lot of sense, Lucha Blog. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's how things work.
So when I first saw the first report, my initial thought was, I don't think WWE signed Alberto Del Rio to some special separate contract. I think WWE has all AAA talent under contract because they acquired the company and all their contracts. And could they make decisions between now and then of cutting some of those contracts or converting some of those contracts? Let's say if they want El Hijo del Vikingo to be in NXT primarily, could they do something like that? Probably. But I don't think they signed anybody 3 weeks after this happened to new contracts or whatever it might be. So I felt like, okay, this Lucha Blog thing, this should be the end of it, right?
I mean, that's as clear as day of what happened, because that's what happened.
Well, Dave Meltzer steps in, and you know what he does. He has to bring some bullshit into the equation. Somebody asked him about this. Melt says, yes, new contracts. Alberto has signed with WWE.
Bullshit.
So,
I don't believe that for a second.
He knows what he's doing here. He's riling up people because he knows there's hatred for Del Rio because, one, he was fucking boring and not very good. And two, because he had allegations of, like abuse against Paige, against, I believe, another girlfriend or wife of his. So obviously him putting this out there, he knows what that's going to do. He knows it's going to rile people up. All the blue check marks, the people that pay $8 a month for Twitter, were going crazy and saying what a shit company WWE is, this and that, because of this. Corey Hayes.
That's insane to report that, though, from Meltz, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Corey Hayes from PWN/bodyslam.net.
Oh, another player.
Newer on the scene, seems to have some sources. Get some stuff right.
Good for you. What's his name? Corey?
Corey Hayes.
Good for you, Corey. Welcome to the party.
Report, he basically posted a screenshot from a text he received, so I assume from a source.
It's wild shit.
Alberto has not signed. If he's retained, he will only be working in Mexico under the AAA umbrella, but nothing has changed as of right now. Back to what we were basically just saying. And so that's it in terms of the reports. But I just wanted to bring this up because there was a lack of media literacy. There was a lack of real life business literacy yesterday. People people see one thing and they see that, and then Melt stokes the flames and they jump to these wild conclusions. Guys, anybody who was with AAA when WWE bought AAA, they're now technically under contract with WWE because they own AAA and everything else. And we'll see where it goes from here. My thought, I don't think we're going to be seeing fucking Alberto Del Rio in WWE, but
I gotta be
if
honest.
it's going to continue to run under its own name and doing shit in Mexico, then I'm sure Alberto Del Rio is going to be part of that.
I gotta be honest, Mike. I'm not so sure about that because AAA is now under WWE's. No, they're under WWE's umbrella now, so they have a really kind of like no tolerance policy when it comes to those type of allegations. Now, I'm not going to claim to sit here and know that I've done background on Del Rio to see if any of these allegations have been deemed false and that everything is okay. That was AAA's business. Now it's WWE. They have different policies. They have no tolerance for any of this bullshit because comes out on every headline. It's not going to be AAA's Alberto Del Rio. It's WWE's Alberto Del Rio does the XYZ and blah, 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 or has this background. So it wouldn't shock me at all if he gets cut. I'm surprised it hasn't even happened in the past 3 weeks, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, we haven't heard anything in terms of contracts related to WWE and AAA. This is the first we've heard of anything, and it's just a guy listing a bunch of people from AAA saying they're under contract, which
the whole fucking company is under contract, WWE. That's what happens. Fucking moron. Melt is so fucking dumb. To claim that you're a fucking journalist, you're a fucking idiot.
Again, and he's a big part of the reason why this blew up the way that it did. He could have put this to bed, but he did that, and I think he did it on purpose. Next one's from Wrestling Observer Radio. BG, Riley Osborne got released. Hope you don't want to know why.
I gotta be honest with you, Mike. I thought you were gonna say, I hope you want to know who that is. I have no idea who the fuck Riley.
I want to know who that is. He was in Chase U.
Honestly, No clue.
Remember him?
No.
Okay.
I have no idea who this is.
New details have emerged regarding the release of WWE NXT star Riley Osborne. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said his situation was one of those where it had to do with non-wrestling things. There were
Does it say that?
just certain things that happened with him, and it kind of led to them taking him off television. But talent-wise, he's there. He's good. He is someone that AEW should at least take a look at. Here we go.
Does that really
Take
say
a
that?
chance at.
Does he really
Yeah.
say that? Holy shit.
Yeah. He never really got to show it there. I was always impressed with him, and when I was asking people there in WWE, it's like, oh yeah, he's really good. He was not cut over talent.
Really?
What was he cut over then? Why didn't you tell us?
Non-wrestling things. Just like Kalisto left for Lucha things.
Lucha things, non-wrestling.
Yeah, well, other things. I have no idea who this person is, Mike. I'm looking it up now.
He was in Chase U.
Yep, I see it. I just don't know. Nope.
So you would always see Andre Chase, you would see Duke Hudson, you would see Thea Hale.
Yeah.
He was the
That other guy.
He was the other guy. The other
Yeah,
guy!
the other guy.
The other guy. Love him. Next one. BG, what happened to your jaw when you learned about Liv Morgan's movie role?
I had a smile because it was going to be gone for a few months.
So that's all that happened with
That's all
it? So
that
your jaw, it raised maybe slightly?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Side of it.
During a backstage segment on this week's Raw, WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Liv Morgan revealed that she'll be filming a big Hollywood movie and will be taking some time off. PW Insider reported that Liv's big movie will be officially unveiled next week. Sean Ross Sapp added that the claim from people who would know about Liv's project is that a lot of people's jaws will drop when it's revealed.
Wow.
So when you hear that, you probably think this is a huge fucking project,
I'm
right?
thinking big. I'm thinking Marvel, Star Wars, fucking Scorsese with The Rock. I don't know. Fast and
Right,
Furious.
right.
What we got going on out there?
You would certainly think that it would be something that you have absolutely heard of and is just a famous franchise of some kind, right?
Yeah, that'd be a big deal, Mike. Good for her, you know? Get your
According
money.
to Deadline, Morgan has joined the cast of Bad Lieutenant Tokyo, a dark
sorry,
crime
what?
thriller. Bad Lieutenant Tokyo, a dark crime thriller directed by Takashi Miike, the acclaimed Japanese filmmaker behind cult classics like Audition and 13 Assassins. Filming is set to begin in May.
Huh.
It's your classic case of overhyping something.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have said anything.
Good for her that she's getting
Good
a
for
film
you.
role,
Absolutely.
and one that apparently is known by some, but my jaw did not drop
No.
in any sense
Wow.
from hearing that. And I would suggest very few people's jaws drop from hearing that.
Meltz's did. And
Yeah,
George's.
maybe like George's, but his stays dropped when he's thinking about
Absolutely.
Morgan, so.
Mm-hmm.
Here for the coup de grace.
Double something.
It's from Chris Featherstone and Corey Hayes.
Oh. Got those new players on the market.
Yeah.
But they're in the coup de grace.
Solo
That can't be good. Hold on. Guys, what are you doing?
Solo Sikoa almost got involved in the WrestleMania main event.
What?
See?
Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say,
this
that
is-
made no sense.
Well.
Oh, wait. Before you even go on, are they going to try to play this that John Cena came out last year at WrestleMania 40 and that Solo would come out?
No. It's
Okay.
a way you could never expect.
Well, I couldn't expect
Okay.
this, but okay. I'm ready. Double something.
Chris Featherstone, so he's from Sportskeeda, I believe, claimed on Backstage Pass that there were scrap plans for Solo Sikoa to serve as the special guest referee for Cody Rhodes versus John Cena in the WrestleMania 41 main event. Don't say anything yet. I want that to stew for a couple seconds, and then, BG, you can tell me what you think of that sentence I just read.
It's fucking stupid.
Is it one of the fucking stupidest things you've ever heard?
Absolutely one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. At no point in
How would
time.
that make sense in any sense?
At no point in time would he ever have been the special guest referee for that match.
He would never even be involved in that at all, for any reason. It had nothing to do with him. Why would that even be said or stated or considered? According to Corey Hayes of PWN/Body Slam, Solo was never planned to be the special guest referee for Cody Rhodes.
Oh man. Alright, Corey Hayes. I like him.
I like the cut of his ass, Jim.
He's doing well this week.
Hayes also confirmed Sikoa was never considered to be Randy Orton's open challenge opponent. That role ultimately went to TNA World Champion Joe Hendry.
Wow.
I'm gonna start looking for the dumbest fucking reports I ever could see and just say, this was never planned. That's how you gain cred.
Well, we always said that Donnie should do that, but yeah, can't confirm.
Can't confirm. Can't confirm that this is fucking incorrect.
Holy shit.
Pretty good coup de grace.
That's a great coup de grace, because that's the stupidest fucking thing. But Meltz is really the coup de grace, because he's just a fucking moron. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. BG, how'd we do, man? You suck, Meltz. Alright, BG, it is time for your favorite thing of the week. Fantasy standings.
Ugh.
Season 40. Can you believe it?
Probably already losing.
Well, do you feel better about it right now than perhaps you would have last season?
Honestly, Mike, it's just all misery when it comes to fantasy.
Alright, in last place, 9th was 0. George Cruz.
Oh!
Deserving. Beyond deserving.
Oh, yeah.
This is what happens when you're thinking with the wrong head.
Yeah, George.
Cruz. In 8th with 5,
Skinner.
So George, the only person not in positive.
Oh, he's a 0?
Yep, 0.
Shame.
Tie for 6 with 10, Chris Jeter and George Sparrows.
Wow, okay.
I feel like George Sparrows hasn't been in one in quite a while.
Yeah.
He hated us for a while. I think
he still does.
It's okay. Yeah.
I get it.
In 5th with 15, BG.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
Positive
man.
Points. I wasn't there last season.
Yeah, there you
See how
go.
long it keeps up.
In 4th with 20, Angel Mesa.
Wow.
I heard Angel was trying to do some backdoor dealings with you. Dominoes.
He absolutely was. Slid into those DMs.
Man.
Trying to sell me some dominoes if I don't know it exists.
Dominoes on the DL. Okay. Tie for 2nd with 25, Donald Wood and Big Money.
Ew.
I like being high up in the standings. I don't like being attached to that loser, though. And in first with 45, Reggie Gill.
Wow, again he's in first?
Back at it. He had
Holy
a little struggle
shit,
last season, but he's on top. He's doing good.
Wow.
Yep.
Fuck fantasy.
All right, BG. It is time for emails. I was scared for a second. I thought Donald was trying to come back on the call, but
fucking Mark.
We hung up. Fucking loser. Not like he has answers for these emails anyway. Guys, ringrustradio@gmail.com. That's right. Used to be yahoo.com. We have switched over to ringrustradio@gmail.com. Send us emails there if you want to be part of the show. We're going to start with one from Johnny Mundo Dundo. Subject, 1 year of full Triple H main roster booking. Hey boys, with a Z. Post-WrestleMania, we're now at 1 full year of Triple H booking without any Vince McMahon infusion/creative decisions. As a result, what would you rank his main roster booking out of 10 and why? Specifically, what would you say are his biggest missed and or blunders? Misses and or blunders. Mine are below. Thanks for the consistent entertainment and laughs.
Bros.
Your friend, Joey Dundo. P.S. Donaldwood is the best, especially when he gets yelled at by listeners on anything draft-related. No, Donaldwood fucking blows.
Oh yeah, Donnie blows.
Okay, so he gives Triple H a 7 out of 10. His misses for Triple H. Chad Gable not winning the IC title at all, even if he didn't beat Gunther, which was the right move. Consistently not booking tag titles on pay-per-views. I agree with the first one. Don't have a huge issue with the second one. Because you get like SmackDown main events and stuff out of that. Putting Solo Sikoa in a no-win situation / role he clearly wasn't ready for as the top heel on a show. I liked Solo in that role, but he ended up getting outshined by Jacob Fatu, obviously.
Yeah.
Treatment of women's IC and US belts / jobbing out their title holders. I don't think Lyra's lost at all since winning.
No, but I do agree in general about the women's division. Maybe not so much these championships, but the division. Yeah.
I don't think those titles have been handled that badly. Repackage of Nakamura with a nothing title run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he hardly even did anything.
Yep.
Underutilization of Carmelo Hayes.
Absolutely.
Screwing Bayley out of a WrestleMania match.
I agree.
Not letting KO have a short WWE title reign at the first return of the Saturday Night main event until the Royal Rumble for shock value. KO's work all year, despite a few big wins, and to legitimize the show. I would have loved that, but I'm not going to say he fucked up by not doing it.
Yeah, they were having a Cody title reign, so
it just
I
was
understood
never going
that.
to happen, as much as I would have liked for it to happen. Like,
and he came LA where he stole the championship, so it was almost like for like a month, so that was cool.
It was by far the best thing Cody did during his entire
Absolutely.
title reign. It was because of KO.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first with my grade?
Go for it.
Stuff? I also gave him 7 out of 10.
All right, I agree.
Okay. He's solid, done a pretty good job, improved on a lot of things, but there's certainly issues. So what I have is, I think first and foremost, doing the Elimination Chamber angle with The Rock and not having an explanation for his absence afterwards.
Oof. That's the biggest blunder.
I do not blame him whatsoever for doing the angle because I believe The Rock when he says that Ari Emanuel called him and asked him to do it, or maybe he called Ari Emanuel and asked to do it. Either way, I think that's a decision that was not necessarily made by Triple H. But you needed to have something prepared afterward to explain why.
Absolutely.
And that never happened.
Nope.
And it left people disappointed because he didn't show up.
Yep.
Not having a clear plan for Carmelo Hayes after he went in the first round of the WWE draft.
Yep.
He was finally starting to gain some momentum, but for too long it was just like there was just no plan, I don't think. It was just, he had great matches, but it didn't lead to anything. Not letting Gable beat Sammy for the IC title. I don't think he should have beaten Gunther. I thought what we got with Sammy beating Gunther was great.
Yeah.
But after you do that great heel turn with Gable on Sammy, there's no reason you couldn't have given him an IC title win and a little run with it.
That's true.
Leaving the SmackDown tag team titles off WrestleMania.
Yeah,
we discussed
bullshit.
this one. They've booked the SmackDown tag team titles fantastically. Multiple teams going for it. It's been a great part of SmackDown all year long, maybe the best part of SmackDown all year long, and then it's not even on WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Shifting focus away from the bloodline.
Yep.
I get it to some degree. I mean, Roman was gone for a long time. You were doing some other things, but, ever since Roman beat Solo on the first Raw on Netflix, to become the tribal chief again, you've basically, it's non-existent.
Nope.
Drawing out the Judgment Day breakup for too long.
Holy shit.
I feel like we've been talking about this for damn near a year, and it's still going on.
I'm so irritated. Every time they show up, I'm pissed off.
And then something that just happened very recently. Getting rid of Shayna Baszler instead of just booking her like he did in NXT.
Yep. What the fuck, man?
Just book her like that. She was awesome. That's what I got for now. I'm sure there's others, but
I agree with all those great points. I agree with most of before also. So I didn't go like, here's this exact thing. Mine was a little more overarching. So I agree, 7 out of 10. His booking is pretty hit and miss. Things still happen and then disappear out of nowhere, right? Just for an example, we thought we were going to get like AJ and Braun Breaker at one point. Right. Nothing happens, right? This happens pretty frequently, I feel like, with his booking. Overall, I do appreciate that there's more continuity and trying to give people storylines, but they need to keep it tighter. There's also so many ads during the show, which I know is out of his control, but it's a lot. I despise the ads on the ring mat. I do think that in general, this is the closest era we've had to the Attitude Era, with so many people being over and the storylines. There's been eras with a lot of people over, but not always in relevant storylines. Absolutely. And Triple H is definitely trying to make sure people have something to do, and I appreciate that. They try to give big matches on Raw and SmackDown, so I like that. But like you said, things with like Bayley getting taken out of WrestleMania, like you could have done that angle like a week or two and then had a mystery opponent or a mystery partner for Lyra, and that would have been a great angle instead of what we got, which I think you would have to realize that people are going to backlash when one of the fan favorites, a veteran, is going to be taken out the day before the fucking match. So I don't appreciate things like that. So in general, and the bloodline, like you said, that's a huge thing for me because it basically just went out unceremoniously. Like, they never said it like this is going to be like the blow off of the bloodline or anything like that. That was, in my opinion, that was to rejuvenate the angle. All right.
I think if they were gonna do that, they should have had Roman cut some type of promo after
Yeah.
he wins the Ulafala back and be like, I don't know exactly what he would say, but something to indicate like, okay, that's not a thing anymore. But
And
they never did that.
And that's another thing with his booking, where, and I understand you're working around people's schedules and this and that, how many dates, okay. But give me more explanation that Roman Reigns, the big dog, the tribal chief, the top guy in your fucking company, somehow doesn't show up for a month because he got like a curb stomp, but Sami Zayn's here the next week, CM Punk is here 2 weeks later. I hate that shit so much. It makes Roman look like a bitch.
He's just, he values his time away.
Yeah. But
yeah.
overall, 7 out of 10.
I think he's done, big picture wise, he's done a good job. I mean, he's obviously doing something right if the product's as popular as it is and as huge as it is. And I certainly prefer him to what Vince was as a booker over the last several years. There's less stuff where like you watch it and you're just like, this is fucking embarrassing to watch. You don't really get that feeling when you're watching Triple H booking, but I agree with what you're saying. Like the minutia of things, the attention to detail is not there as much as I would like it to be. It's not there as much as it was when he was booking NXT. That's for damn
I
sure.
agree. NXT was far superior.
And I understand this is a tougher job because you're booking multiple shows and you've got way more talent to work in, but I would like some improvement in that area over the next year if we're going to talk about this again in a year.
Absolutely. Well, next email comes from Corey, the missing link. Something is you gotta read it. It's Patreon email. Go to patreon.com/ringrustradio. Email us, once a month. If you're going to the $5 tier, we'll fucking read your email. We have to.
Yeah, have to do it. Unless it's just so beyond offensive that we can't even fathom it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll read it. We just won't read it on the show then.
Right.
Boys, I saw this on Twitter and then on the Ring Rust Radio unofficial Facebook group. I saw this also making rounds on Instagram. So I love to hear
this also, and I thought to myself for a second, like, I'm going to answer in my head. And then some of the questions, I'm like, I don't really like that, so I'm not going to answer in my head. But I had to do it.
Now we got to do it. And he'd love to hear our answers. And he knows Donnie isn't here. But if he was, he'd be interested in his answer. No. Unfortunately, we know Donnie hates us as fans. He hates us too. Hates everybody. He's a piece of shit. All right. This is the 7 wrestler theory. So we have 7 categories. There we go. Go round by round. The one that made you fall in love with wrestling, Mike.
Shawn Michaels. Started watching in 95. He was the guy on the rise in WWF.
Roman Reigns. Your newest favorite wrestler, Mike.
Braun Breaker.
Roman Reigns.
This is going to be everybody Roman Reigns.
The one that always makes you smile, Mike.
The Miz.
Roman Reigns.
By the way, The Miz, since it wasn't mentioned earlier, I don't believe, on the subject of making me smile, the selling to just put over Aleister Black last week.
Absolutely.
He's so good, man.
He's great. So who's your comfort wrestler?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
I get great comfort in seeing Roman Reigns as champion and on top.
The one you miss the most?
Mr. Perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Means Roman Reigns.
I miss him on. There's a song about it, No Rain.
The one you protect with your whole life.
Bianca Belair. Don't you dare do anything to her.
Roman Reigns. The one you're rooting for the most?
Mine's Kevin Owens, and I'm rooting for him to overcome this neck injury and get back and be awesome like he has been.
I'm rooting for Roman Reigns to come back. I'm always rooting for him the most. My actual answers, though, were the one that made you fall in love with wrestling. I did men and women for this. Triple H and Trish Stratus. Your newest favorite wrestler, Obafemi and Stephanie. The one that always makes you smile, Stone Cold and Lita. I put here for that. Your comfort wrestler, The Undertaker and Becky Lynch. The one you miss the most, Brock Lesnar and Asuka. The one you protect with your whole life, Roman Reigns and Io Sky. And then the one you're rooting for most, Rob Van Dam and Bianca Belair. I'm not sure I've ever rooted for them to lose, so they have to go in this category.
That's a good point. I don't think I've ever rooted for Roman to lose or The Miz.
Yeah, there you go.
Or Shawn Michaels. I definitely never rooted for him to lose. Good answers, BG. You know what? I liked your first one even better. That was incredible. Guys, thank you so much. Excellent emails. Good stuff. Great show overall, once Donald Wood left. BG, had a great time talking to you.
Always.
To everybody listening, thank you so much for supporting us. We'll catch you guys next week.